Hey yarny peeps, welcome back. Today we are going to be making three crochet friendship bracelets. These are really easy things to make. So easy in fact that if your kids are getting into crochet, one of them in particular will be great for them. We are going to do a basic friendship bracelet. We're going to do a basic fastening, so like a tie and a knot, nothing fancy. Just a little bit of a fun craft. I know the kids are still going to be on holiday when I post this in some places, so you can do this with them. I know this has been done so many times. It's not a new idea. That's fine. I'm not looking for it to be a new idea. I just want to show you how easy it can be, and how you can repeat a stitch in a cord form for practice as well, and then you've got something functional out of it. So we are going to get into it. We're going to do three bracelet types, one after the other. The first one's going to be a chain, the second one's going to be an I-cord, and the third one is going to be a like herringbone type of cord. No, it's not. What's that stitch called? I don't know what the third one's going to be, but it's going to be a different type of cord, not a chain, not an I-cord. I will know by the time I film it, which is going to be after this. So I'll let you know when I start filming it. So if you want to stick around, great. Chuck a like on the video. Leave me a comment if you've made crochet friendship bracelets before, or any other type of friendship bracelets. I am not skilled enough to make the little tiny ones with all the patterns in, so we're doing this instead. So let's go. Okay, things you're going to need: some yarn. I would recommend cotton yarn. This is Knitcraft's cotton blend from Hobbycraft, but you can use any cotton yarn. It doesn't have to be expensive. It just feels better on the skin. You can wash it easier. It's just a lot better for things that are going to be, you know, close to the skin. A hook that matches your yarn. I am going with a 4.5mm for this yarn. It's supposed to be a 5mm, but I always like to go down a hook size. Anyway, some scissors. That is it. We aren't going to do any fancy fastenings. We aren't going to do any fancy beadwork. We're just going to do some basic stuff to get you guys into crocheting friendship bracelets and practicing some of these stitches. So let's go. This first one, it's just going to be a simple chain friendship bracelet. I'm actually going to use two colours. I'm going to use a pink and a yellow. I'm going to work with them held together. So it's going to be quite a chunky bracelet. But you don't have to work with them held together. You can just do a one stranded bracelet. That's absolutely fine. So first things first, we're going to make a slip knot. So you're going to have your yarn ends here, ball end here. You're going to bring your yarn end around your finger, cross it over, ball end up over the top of your finger. So you've got two strips of yarn, and then this back one we're going to take over this front one. Pull the loop tight. That is a basic slip knot. Get it onto our hook, pull tight, and then all we're going to do is chain. So what I would recommend you would do to begin with is what I haven't done and I should have done, is measure your wrist with a length of yarn. Just doing it now as I'm talking. So measure your wrist with a length of yarn, which is mine here. Have that set up at the top, and as you're crocheting, just keep measuring that length of yarn against your crochet. So simple chain. We're going to have our slip knot on our hook. We're going to yarn over from the back to the front. We're going to pull that yarn over through the loop on our hook. Simple chain. Again, yarn over from the back to the front, pull through the loop on your hook. That's it. that's our first crochet bracelet we're going to make. Simple chain. I think that's why I'm adding 2 colours to mine, because I like to be a little bit extra. Yarn over, back to front, pull through. I also like quite a stiff bracelet, if I'm being really honest. I don't like anything too flimsy. So that's all we're going to do. Yarn over, pull through, all the way to your desired length. Okay, so this is my wrist length, this is my crochet length. We are there, so I'm going to fasten off. So all we're going to do is we're going to go as if we're going to make a chain again. Yarn over, pull through, but keep pulling that loop up a little bit and take your hook out, and then chop your yarn. Once you've done that, keep pulling on that loop and that will fasten it off. Doesn't have to be perfect, but goes around your wrist. And then all I would do with these is just tie them on. I'm not going to do any fancy like macrame closures or anything like that. I'm just going to tie it, cut my ends to the same length, and then pop it on my wrist. And that is my first friendship bracelet. Okay, friendship bracelet number 2, we're going to use an I-cord to make this bracelet. So I'm going to just use one colour this time. I'm going to mix it up. I'm going to use blue. And what we're going to do first is we're going to chain 3. So slip knot again, exactly the same as before, onto our hook. And then we're going to chain 3. So if you've made the first one, you'll know exactly how to do a chain now. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So once we've done those 3 chain, you're going to insert your hook into the second chain here. 2 loops on your hook. Pull up a loop. Still 2 loops, and then insert your hook into the first chain. Can be a little bit fiddly, go slow, we're not rushing. Yarn over and pull through again. 3 loops on your hook. Now this is where it's going to be a little bit fiddly. What we're going to do is we're going to take off these 2 loops, but we're not going to lose them. We're going to take them off and we're going to hold them. And then we're going to make a stitch through this loop. So this can be quite fiddly. My best advice is to crochet quite loosely. So before we take them off, I'm going to give them a wiggle. We're going to take them 2 off. So we've got them there. Loosely yarn over, hold them and pull through that first one. Put your hook onto the second loop, just the second one. So you've got that one coming free here. Loosely yarn over and pull just through the second loop. Lastly, put your hook on to the third loop. Whoops. So all 3 loops are back on your hook. Yarn over, but only pull through that last hook we put back on. That's your first row done. So you're just going to repeat exactly the same process. We're going to take off this loop and this loop. can be quite fiddly, but we're not rushing here. We're going to loosely yarn over and then hold. See, I'm already losing that one. I don't want to. Hold, pull through. Second loop on. Just while I'm here, I'm going to make sure I've still got a third loop, which I have. Yarn over, pull through the second loop only. Third loop on. Yarn over, pull through that third loop. That's row 2. So all you do with this is you keep going until you've got your desired length. I-cord is great for other things. It's not just great for bracelet making. So if you can really get the hang of this. See, I'm just losing it now. So you can pull it up. If you can really get the hang of this, you can use it for things like bag straps, little amigurumi scarves. You can use it for keychains. It opens up a world of possibilities. That's a little bit of a dodgy stitch. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do one more with you guys together, and then I will work up a length of I-cord and show you what it's like when we are done. See, not everything's perfect. I've been doing this for 10 years. It doesn't always have to be perfect. This is a very fiddly skill. It's not one I practice all of the time, but it's good to know these different kind of stitches. So we'll go one more. So take these 2 loops off, loosely wrap, grab those 2 loops so they don't fall away, pull through. Second loop goes on, grab that loop so it doesn't roll away, yarn over, pull through. Third and last loop goes on, you can breathe a little sigh of relief, yarn over, pull through. So I'm going to make my cord and I'll see you guys back when I'm done. Okay, so I'm back, and apart from that one little dodgy stitch at the bottom, it's looking really good. I'm loving the braided look of this, and I'm actually done as well. I've got my length there. So all you're going to do at the end of this is you're going to yarn over and pull through 3, pull up that loop again and fasten off. And keep pulling that loop through tight. It'll create a knot at the end, and that's your length of I-cord. Same exact thing around the wrist. Put around, tie. Job's a good one. Make the ends the same length. Down the wrist we go. That's your I-cord, and your chain stitch complete. Getting a nice little set on there now. So now we are going to go for the next bracelet. Okay, so for this one I am going to use the pink yarn. I have made a yellow one of these before, so we're going to use a cotton Aran. So we're going to put a slip knot on our hook in the same way as we have been doing. I did try and look up the name of this. It's not a herringbone cord. I don't know where I've got that from. I feel like I've just made it up. But hey ho, it's just a cord, a crochet cord. Just a different style. So slip knots on, and then you're going to chain 2. So yarn over, pull through twice. Dun, dun, dun. And then in this second chain from your hook, you're going to make a double crochet. So double crochet UK terms, single crochet US terms. And then you should have this. So what you're going to have is you're going to have your double crochet, and then you're going to have the bottom of the chain that you didn't work in. This is where it can get a little bit fiddly. What we're going to do is we're going to flip our work. Bearing in mind, you need to remember where that bottom chain is sitting. Flip it, and then you're going to work into that bottom chain. So push your hook through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, so that's our next stitch. Okay, so this is what we've got. So next we're going to go through this here. So both of those loops. We're going to turn our work. That's what it should look like from the back, and you've got these 2 loops here. 1, 2. You're going to push your hook through them both. 1. Can be fiddly. 2. Pull your yarn through them both. And then yarn over again and pull through 2. Okay, so hopefully you can see where we're going next. We're going to go in this one, and this time it's just going to be 1 loop. Turn your work and just push through that space there. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Okay, again, we're going back down here, so we're going to turn our work again. We're going to push onto 1. Just one, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So the first one is 2, and the remaining ones after that are just 1. So again, turn, push through just one of those loops. You might want to keep your tension quite loose for this. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're going in this one, so we're going to turn, push through that loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. And you can see it's giving us this quite unusual looking cord. So you're just going to carry on doing that to your desired length. So I'm going to carry on doing that to my desired length, and then we'll come back to show you guys how to fasten off. I'll see you in a little minute. Okay, so I am done. You can see the texture on this is amazing. I absolutely love it. Beautiful texture. Again, another great cord for bags, camera straps, you know, like phone camera bags and stuff like that. It's a great cord. It's got a little bit of stretch. So all you're going to do is exactly the same way as before. Yarn over and pull through and pull up a loop. Snippy snip off. Pull that loop all the way and pull tight. Okay, I'm back. So what I thought I'd done is put one of those loops on where if you pull on one end it makes it longer and if you pull on the other it makes it shorter, and I hadn't. I just pulled it into a big massive knot. I have now, and there is, let's take all the others off. Okay, bracelet number 3, looking spectacular, probably my favourite one. Bracelet number 2, these colours are amazing together. I'll link the yarn for this down below. And bracelet number 1. So 3, 2 and 1, looking amazing together. Really, really happy with them and how they look. And just dead quick and easy. No fancy ties on the ends. You can cut them off if you want them a little bit shorter. But they just look great, and you can stack them as well. You can give them to your mates. You know, it's a really nice handmade gift, so I'm absolutely in love with them. And you have 3 super cute crochet bracelets. So bracelet number 1, our simple chain bracelet. Bracelet number 2, our simple I-cord bracelet. And then bracelet number 3, a little bit more tricky, but a beautiful cord. They are great, can be used not just as bracelets, you can use the cords for anything. Hopefully you've got 3 new cord skills under your belt now as well. Absolutely in love with these. I can see me making a whole set for just myself, really. So yeah, that's your 3 crochet bracelets. I hope you've learned something new. I hope you've enjoyed it. Tag me on Instagram with your pictures if you do make any crochet bracelets at Crocreate. I'll leave the link in the description. If you have any suggestions for any other types of jewellery, I do make earrings, I've made bracelets, I haven't made necklaces yet, I'm not sure about that. Let me know. Do you want to see a necklace coming out in a YouTube tutorial? If you have any suggestions for any other tutorials you'd like to see, let me know in the comments below. Please leave a like on this video and follow for more crochet bits. I will leave the links to the yarn below. Also, Knitcraft cotton blend from Hobbycraft that I use in this tutorial. I post a new video every Sunday, so I hope to see you guys here for the next one. Thanks very much, and I'll see you next week.